Phantom 4 Pro. I've had a Phantom, one model or another, since probably 2012. Starting out with the Phantom 2, I skipped the Phantom 3 series because in the Phantom 2 I was able to use my GoPro camera, and I kind of liked that because the Phantom 3 camera didn't quite measure up to what I thought was a better image quality than what the GoPro 4 or the GoPro, I think I had the 3 Black Plus at the time. But the Phantom 4 caught my eye, and then I upgraded to the Phantom 4 Pro, which is what I have here. And since then, DJI has gone and released several smaller form factor drones, which I had initially ordered the Mavic Pro when it first came out because it offered everything that the Phantom 4 did, but in a much smaller package. Unfortunately, the Mavic Pro had production supply issues, so I waited and waited and waited and never got my shipment. So I ended up canceling the order when the Spark came out, which is this little guy right here. I've had this for about 9 months. Between the Phantom 4 Pro and the DJI Spark, I felt like I had everything that I needed to do. This one has the big 1-inch sensor, has forwards, backwards, obstacle avoidance, and as well as IR sensors on the side. So this was something that I went to when I absolutely needed something that could produce a really high image quality if I want a 4K video. But the size was a major barrier for me to fly this on a regular basis. So basically for the last 9 months since I got this, I have not flown my Phantom 4 Pro. And this became the workhorse. This produced a 1080p 30 frames per second video, and it took pretty good pictures. I mean, the size is really what made this thing so popular for me on a regular basis to use. And it's got a 2-axis gimbal. It had its own issues. Some of the issues that I had was I really wanted to have more latitude with the settings that the camera had. And also the 2-axis gimbal was fine, except in order to kind of give that digital stabilization on the 3rd axis, it cropped in on the image a lot. I still liked it, I still used it, and it produced really good video within its limits. I would be happy keeping this until this little guy came out. This right here is the Mavic Air. I'm a little late to the game. There's probably thousands upon thousands of videos about this drone already. I've got one for my maiden flight just the other day. I'll put it up in the link right there if you want to watch it. This shoots 4K 30 frames, and it also does 1080p at 120 frames, which is pretty astounding. And for a size comparison, here's the Spark, and here's the Mavic Air. You can see that the Spark is still smaller, the body of it is still smaller, but because the arms don't fold, it makes the Mavic Air actually more transportable. If I were to fold the arms out, it becomes a bigger drone. Now as a comparison, you can see that the Spark is smaller pretty much in every dimension. But when it's folded down, the Mavic Air is the way to go. And in fact, I feel like what the Mavic Air can do for me is essentially replace both of these drones. This is light years ahead in portability. It's because of that I've put my Phantom 4 Pro and my DJI Spark on eBay, and I will be selling them. In fact, I'll probably just be using the Mavic Air for everything that I use from now on going forward. Price point on the Mavic Air is $799. That's the standard base model, which gives you one battery, the Mavic Air drone, and the controller. The price point on the Mavic Air is $799, which gives you the drone, one battery, and the controller. For 200 bucks more, you get 2 extra batteries, a multi-charger, extra propellers, a carrying case, and a handful of other accessories like a USB adapter so that you can use your battery as also as a USB battery bank, and prop guards. Compared to the price that I paid for my Fly More combo on the DJI Spark, prices dropped on this since, but I believe I paid something like $5.99 for the Fly More combo. So this is actually quite a bit more expensive. It's $400 more, but because it replaces both my Spark and my Phantom 4 Pro, this is actually a really good deal. And of course, it doesn't do everything that the Phantom 4 Pro can do. Yes, it does shoot 4K video, but it's got the smaller sensor like the Spark and the Mavic Pro does. And it doesn't do 4K 60 frames. And the low light capability is not nearly as good as the Mavic Pro. But in those fringe cases where I need the quality of a Mavic 4 Pro, it just doesn't justify carrying something this big around, being that I travel and space is at a premium. And since I don't do this professionally, I kind of just shoot aerial videos for my YouTube channel. It's hard to justify anymore carrying something this big around. With the quality that they can pack into such a small package, I don't even know what would make me switch back to a drone this size. Then again, I've said that before when they came out with the Mavic Pro, that I didn't think that the Phantom size drone was appropriate. But that's before they came out with the Phantom 4 Pro with that 1-inch sensor. But I've officially committed to selling this, and from now on, this will be my everyday drone. I've only flown this a couple of times, but I'm really excited about the image quality. I'm really excited about the portability. And in fact, this produces a better image, or at least better video, than the Mavic Pro, which is in theory a step up above this, because it'll shoot 4K 30 frames at 100 megabits per second versus the lower bitrate of the Mavic Pro. So I'm excited to see what this can do for me. And I think for those of you guys that are looking for a drone, and if you travel and space is at a premium, this is probably what I'll be recommending going forward. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions about these 3 drones, leave a comment for me down below. Give me a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.